So I want to ask you if you could tell us what you mean when you say the word yoga.
Yes, that's a very difficult question, actually. I'll try to keep my answer as short as possible. So the word yoga, as many of your students will know, comes from Sanskrit, the ancient language of India. And literally it means a kind of joining. It's even related to the English word to yoke, like to yoke oxen or a horse to a chariot or something like that. And so that's very much an operative metaphor we find in a lot of early texts that talk about yoga. Perhaps the earliest clear example of a text talking about yoga in Sanskrit comes in around the 3rd century BC from the Katha Upanishad. And it tells us that the intellect is like a charioteer at the front of the chariot. The mind is the reins the charioteer is holding, and the senses are the horses. And so yoga, yoking the horses, means disciplining and controlling the senses and the mind. And so that understanding of yoga as, I think what we nowadays would call meditation, is in fact a very ancient definition or an ancient understanding of yoga. Also, I think nowadays people often think of yoga in terms of postures or asanas. And certainly that is something mentioned in a lot of texts. But I think it's a mistake to say, well, I do yoga and meditation, because yoga really is a meditation. And you could say that other bodily practices like postures or breath control are described in various texts as kinds of auxiliaries to yoga, helpers or things to help you successfully achieve this state of mental focus or mental control.